Fair, accurate, to the point. The 5:30 news on KRTV starts right now.
Working to get the upper hand, fire crews battle an 80-acre blaze near Glacier National Park. Good afternoon, I'm Tim McGonigal. We begin on heat watch and another day of scorching temperatures here in the Electric City. Storm Tracker meteorologist Mike Rollins joins us right away. And Mike, sounds like another record-setting day out there.
It has been another record-setting day, Tim. We've seen numerous record highs, and we're just getting in some of those numbers. Now, so far in Great Falls over this prolonged heat wave, 99 degrees, the hottest temperature we've recorded here, and that is the hottest we've been so far this year. So far, 41 record highs have been broken in our area since Friday, and that number will go up this evening as we get new numbers in. 94 right now at the airport and on the east end of town, 97 up in Flowery, 90 in Sun River, a little bit cooler in some spots. Notice the 80s in the Golden Triangle and also 89 in Helena. We do have some showers and thunderstorms that we're keeping an eye on here, and some of these storms are producing gusty winds, specifically down here toward Marr County, White Sulphur Springs, out toward Helena. We've had winds gusting up around 30 to 40, near 50 miles per hour. Farther north, some of these showers here on the High Line have been producing very little rain because it is just so hot and dry at the lower levels of the atmosphere. Nonetheless, a few showers and storms this evening, and then we'll look ahead to some slightly cooler temperatures as we get into the next couple of days. Tim, I'll show you what to expect for the upcoming holiday weekend in just a couple minutes.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Well, fire crews continue to dig line around the first major wildfire of the summer. The Glacier Rim fire north of Columbia Falls exploded in a plume on Saturday. MTN's Dax Van Fossen tells us that today's cooler temperatures help firefighters make some headway, though some residents have evacuated their homes.
On Monday, about 90 firefighters, along with helicopters dropping water, bulldozers, and more, tried to gain the upper hand on the Glacier Rim fire, which so far has burned around 80 acres. This fire is about 25% contained, though temperatures are expected to rise again. Cooler morning temperatures on Monday aided firefighters by slowing fire activity along with less wind.
So weather is definitely a factor on this fire. With this incredibly hot weather we've had, it's definitely straining on the firefighters. We've been fortunate and have not had high winds on the fire, so that's part of why we've been able to make good progress so far. With this cooler weather today, the fire's been really low key, and we're making good progress, continuing to make good progress.
The fire exploded on Saturday during a record hot day, and according to fire officials, was likely a man-caused blaze. Though the North Fork of the Flathead is not as densely populated, some residents did evacuate.
There are two residences near the fire, and they have chosen to evacuate. Those are the two right next to it. No one else has been asked to evacuate, and we work closely with the county, Flathead County, to coordinate all of that.
Fire crews are hoping to make significant progress on the Glacier Rim fire early this week, but the area is also the same one that was devastated by the Robert Fire in 2003, leaving large piles of debris in their way. In the North Fork, Dax Van Fossen, MTN News.
And Pence tells us that the North Fork Road remains open to traffic, but they ask that residents do not stop in the road, as that could cause hazards for fire vehicles. Well, a barn south of Great Falls is a total loss after firefighters battled a blaze Sunday for more than 7 hours. The Gore Hill Volunteer Fire Department says the fire started around 4 in the afternoon on Dune Drive. The cause is still undetermined, and Gore Hill firefighters say it may be difficult to determine that cause since the structure was destroyed. Gore Hill Fire was aided by Black Eagle Volunteer Fire Departments as well as firefighters from the Montana Air National Guard and Malmstrom Air Force Base. Firefighters stayed on the scene until 11:30 last night. Crews returned today to keep an eye on hot spots. A Havre teenager charged with 3 counts of attempted deliberate homicide for a Havre triple stabbing appeared in court this morning. MTN's Joe Huizinga was in the courtroom and joins us now with more.
This morning, a judge ruled that 17-year-old Havre stabbing suspect Justice Brown will be tried as an adult. Brown is charged with 3 counts of attempted deliberate homicide and 1 count of aggravated burglary. He's appeared in Hill County by video this morning from Cascade County Juvenile Detention Center. On Saturday, May 2nd, prosecutors say Brown broke into an apartment on the 11th Street West in Havre and attacked 3 occupants. The victims, Alicia Schneed, Sam Mix, and Taylor Woolman, all suffered multiple stab wounds. Today, a Havre police detective described the 2 knives allegedly used in the attack and the horrific scene officers found inside that home.
when you entered the upstairs apartment, there was large amounts of blood, what appeared to be blood smears on the walls, moving back towards the bedroom. There were the 2 bedrooms and laundry room and bathroom, and when you got into that area, there was an enormous amount of blood on the floors of the bathroom, the walls. There was blood spatter on the walls, blood on the mattress in the bedroom, or what appeared to be blood. It was everywhere.
During the detective's testimony, Brown's attorney asked about a second person arrested the night of the attack. Detective Barkis said that the person was potentially involved and has not been ruled out as a suspect. Brown is scheduled for trial starting November 16th. He's also scheduled to stand trial on an unrelated rape charge later next month.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. A Lewistown man has been identified as the person killed in a weekend collision near Monarch. The Cascade County Sheriff's Office says 65-year-old James Borgreen died when his vehicle ran into a tree early Sunday morning. The Lewistown resident was staying at his cabin in the Hughesville area. Borgreen was headed westbound on Hughesville Road when he ran into a tree. The Montana Highway Patrol was investigating what led to that crash. Well, a longtime Cascade County District Court judge hangs up his robe for the last time. This week, Judge Kenneth Neal announced his retirement back in February. Today, he was surprised by family, friends, and colleagues with a party in the rotunda of the Cascade County Courthouse. There was plenty of cookies and cake and the conversation at the event. Judge Neal has been practicing law for nearly 50 years, 29 years as a lawyer and 19 as a district judge. He says it felt like it was time to retire, though he admits he's feeling a little melancholy about it.
It's been an honor to do this job, and I've enjoyed it. It's fun, it's a challenge. It's the greatest thing I've had the opportunity to do in my lifetime.
Judge Neal's last day is tomorrow. Replacing Judge Neal is Great Falls lawyer John Kutzman. Governor Steve Bullock appointed him to the position earlier this month. Kutzman was also at Judge Neal's retirement party. The two have talked several times since the appointment to prepare him for the job. Judge Neal believes Kutzman will serve the community well. However, Kutzman knows he has some very big shoes to fill.
He's been here almost as long as I've been practicing law, and I've always been treated fairly when I was in his courtroom, and on every one of my cases that he was ever on, he came into the courtroom and he knew what was going on, and he was prepared and he was ready to go. And that's what I think we're entitled to expect from our district judges, and I'm going to have to try to do that.
Kutzman will be sworn in as district judge on July 13th. That ceremony starts at 3 p.m.